Hello my dear friends and especially ICC 2022 batch. This MCQ video is on the important topic that is looping or iteration in Java class 10 computer applications ICC syllabus. The theory part has already been explained in eShiksha's playlist that is looping or iteration in Java. All the looping or iterative statements like for, while and do while are explained with proper Java coding. Kindly watch the videos, understand the concept, how they work before attempting the MCQs. So here we go with today's topic, that is MCQ on looping or iteration. I guarantee you that if you understand all the questions properly of this session, then any question from this topic can be handled easily in your board exam. I normally upload video on Friday at 9 p.m. that is India time, but because of your flooded request, I may upload videos on other days also as I get time. So students, do not forget to subscribe and press the bell notification icon for all my upcoming videos on different topics of Java, specially designed for ICC 2022. Please watch looping or iteration playlist for all details. So here comes the first question. While the condition is true. System.out.println within double quotes eShiksha. The question is, will run the loop for dash times. Now, if you have this kind of structure, while true, and there are no braces, it means only the first statement is the loop body. System.out.println is only you have in the loop body. So if you have this kind of structure, then this will go infinite times. Therefore, the correct answer is number 3, infinite times. Question number 2 is for int I is equal to 1, I more than equal to 10, I plus plus, and you have in the loop body system.out.println I. Now this will run how many times? Just see how the structure works. I is equal to 1. Okay, initialization part is done. Then it will go to the condition. I greater than 10. I is 1. So I is not greater than 10. Condition is false. It will not go into the loop body. Therefore, how many times the loop will run? It will run 0 time. Question number 3 is for int I is equal to 1, I less than 10, I plus plus, and after that you have a semicolon. It means the loop will go less than 10 times. Okay, but there is nothing to do in the loop body as because you have a semicolon at the end. So this is a delay loop. And when you come out of the loop, the last value of I would be 10. So 10 is less than 10. No, the condition is false. It will come out of the loop and it will perform the next statement, that is system.out.println I. So the last value of I was 10, that will be printed. So the question will it is asking you, will display what? It will display 10. Number 4 is the correct answer. Question number 4 is little different. Try to understand it. Int C is equal to 1, while C++ less than equal to 5, and in the loop body you have system.out.print C plus within double quotes \\. Now this will display what? The 4 options are given. You have to choose the correct answer. Now let me explain how it actually works. Okay, so listen to me carefully. Initially C is equal to 1. So the condition checking while C++ less than equal to 5, it means what? C++. Now this part means use the value of C and then increase it by 1. So condition checking will be done as 1 less than 5, not 2. Okay, and then after condition checking, it will increase the value of C by 1. So when you print C, it will print 2 and a backslash. Now these two backslash are skip sequence. Okay, if you don't know about it, kindly watch my video skip sequence in Java. You will find in eShiksha, and the playlist is ICC and IC syllabus. You can watch this video for more details on skip sequence in Java. So 2 and backslash got printed. After that, what will happen? Next time the condition when you check, it would be 2 less than 5. And after condition checking, C will increase by 1. So when you print C in the loop body, it will print 3 and a backslash. Again the same thing. When you go and test the condition, it will be 3 less than equal to 5. And then it will increase the value of C by 1. So when you print C, it will print 4 and a backslash. Again, the same thing is going on. The same concept. Condition checking will be done as 4 less than equal to 5. Okay, and then it will increase the value of C by 1. So when you print C, it will print 5 and a backslash. Again, when you go back to the condition, it will check as what? 5 less than equal to 5. It is equal to 5. So the condition will be checked this way, and then it will increase the value of C by 1. That is, C will be then 6. So it will print in the loop body 6 and a backslash. Finally, the condition checking will be done what? 6 less than equal to 5. No, the condition is false, so it will come out of the loop. And it will give you the final result as what? 2 backslash 3 backslash 4 backslash 5 backslash 6 backslash. Try to understand this question nicely, as it is little confusing, but once you get it, it will be easy to do any kind of dry run based on this concept. Question number 5 is int x is equal to -2. Here you have do loop, which is an exit control loop, and inside the loop body you have print. That means horizontal printing will be done. System.out.print you have, and /t in between data there will be gap because of tab space. And what will x ++ do? It will print the data and then it will increase the value. So let us do the sum. Initially x is equal to -2. Do loop. You get into the loop body because you have no condition checking, so you enter into the loop body directly. System.out.print x. X was -2 is getting printed. After that, it is getting incremented by 1. ++ means increase it by 1. So -2 + 1 will give you -1. Okay. So remember, the current value of x is -1. Here it comes to the while checking. -1 is less than equal to 2. Yes. So it goes to the loop body again. It prints -1 and then increases the value by 1, which is 0, and a gap is getting printed. So remember the last value. 0 is less than 2 or equal to 2, it is less. So it will perform the loop body. Okay, 0 is getting printed, and then 0 + 1 would be 1. So current value of x is 1, you remember. Okay, again the same thing, x less than equal to 2, 1 is less than equal to 2. Yeah, it is less, so it goes inside and prints 1 and 1, and then 1 is getting printed and then is getting incremented by 1, that is 2. So 1 is getting printed and a gap is getting printed. Okay, and then it is 2. 2 less than 2? No, it is equal to 2. So it goes inside, it prints 2, and x value is what right now? 3. And then you come to the condition. 3 is less than 2 or it is equal to 2. The condition is false. So you will come out of the loop. So this particular thing will print what? -2, -1, 0, 1 and 2. The fourth answer is the correct answer. So this is question number 6. In k is equal to 1, I is equal to 0, while plus plus I less than 6, and you have in the loop body only one statement, k into equals to I. As because you don't have braces in the loop body, the first statement after the loop condition will be considered as the loop body. So only one statement in the loop body. When you finish the loop, when you come out of the loop, it will print system.out.println k. If you execute this code, what will be displayed? Now for this, you have to do the dry run. This kind of thing when you have, you just do the rough work, okay, to get the correct answer. K is initially 1 and I is 0. While plus plus I, that means it is pre-increment, okay, it's a prefix. So it will increase the value of I by 1. I was 0, so 0 plus 1 would be 1. Is 1 less than 6? Yes. So it will go into the loop body. K is equal to K into I. K had 1. 1 into 1 would be how much? 1 only. So current value of K is what? 1. And from here you go back to the iteration, that is the loop condition again. Plus plus I was 1, so it would be right now 2. Is 2 less than 6? Yes. So it will go to the loop body. K is equal to K into I. K had 1, 1 into 2 is equal to 2. So you remember the current value of K is how much? 2. Then from here you go back to the condition again. Plus plus I. I would be how much? 3. 3 is less than 6? Yes. Okay. So you come into the loop body. K is equal to K into I. K had 2. 2 into 3 would be how much? 6. So K's value is right now 6. Again to the condition. It would be right now, I was last time 3. 3 plus 1 would be 4. Is 4 less than 6? Yes. So it comes into the loop body. K is equal to K into I. K is how much? K's last value was 6. 6 into 4 would be how much? 24. Now from here you go back to the condition again. Plus plus I. I was 4, this time it would be 5. 5 less than 6? Yes. So K is equal to K into I. K had 24. 24 into 5 would be 120. Okay. Then you go to the condition once. The loop goes always, one extra time. So I would be right now 6. Then it will check the condition. 6 is less than 6? No. So it will come to the loop. It will come out of the loop and it will print K. So what is the current value of K? is 120. So the correct answer is number 3, 120. This is question number 7. For in parenthesis you have two semicolon and in the loop body you have system.out.println Sharda. What will be the output when you execute this particular code? Now this is an example of infinite loop. In parenthesis you have two semicolon and in the loop body whatever you have, the loop body will be executed infinite times. That means number 3 is the correct answer. Sharda will be printed infinite times. This is question number 8. Here you will find for loop looks different. Normally we initialize, we give the condition, the updation, that is the iteration part, all we write in the same line. But I, that means the loop control variable, is getting initialized before the for statement. This we can do. Then you have the condition in parenthesis, and again the iteration or the loop updation part is missing here. Okay, now the loop updation part, what I have done is, while printing only I have done I plus equal to 10. Okay, so I is equal to I plus 10. I had how much? 6. I is equal to I plus 10 means I would be I plus 10. I had 6. 6 plus 10 would be 16. And a space would be printed and the cursor will remain in the same line so that it prints the next data in the same line. So the first value would be 16, then 26 space, then 36 space, then 46 space, and when it is 46, it goes to the condition 46 is less than or equal to 40. No, so it comes out and it prints I plus plus. It prints the value of I first. 46 is getting printed and then plus plus means I's last value would be 47, which I'm not printing. I hope you have understood the increment unary operator and unary decrement operator. If you are little confused, you can see my video unary increment decrement operator in Java for your more knowledge. This is question number 9. Int m is equal to 5, n is equal to 10, while n greater than equal to 1, and in the loop body you have two statements, system.out.println m into n, and the second statement is n minus minus. This you have to convert it into for loop. So number 2 is the correct answer. For int m is equal to 5, comma n is equal to 10. Children, you can use multiple variables in the initialization section. You can write m is equal to 5, comma n is equal to 10, or if you have some other variables, separate them with comma. Then after that, what was the condition? N greater than equal to 1. Okay, so after condition put a semicolon and n minus minus. So this loop control variable is getting decreased by 1, but m is constant. So I'm not touching m, the loop control variable I'm reducing. And for loop, this I can give curly braces, but as because there is only one statement, I have not given the braces. So the loop body has what? System.out.println m into m. So this is the correct answer, number 2. And finally, question number 10 is int I is equal to 0 for I is equal to 5, I more than equal to 1, I minus equal to 1. And in the loop body you have if I mod 2 is equal to 1, then you will continue. Continue takes to the iteration part, that is I minus equal to 1. Keep that thing in mind. And if it is not true, it will go to the next line, that is system.out.print. Print means the data will be printed side by side. What it will print? I, the value of I will be printed, and a space will be printed just beside that. So with this concept, let us start doing the dry run. Initially, I is how much? 0. Okay, for I is equal to 5. See the I column, it was initially 0, now it is 5. Now you are testing the condition. Is I more than equal to 1? Yes. So it goes inside and it checks if I mod 2. I is how much? 5. 5 divided by 2 will give you the remainder, what? 1. Is the remainder is matching with 1? Yes. So continue. So it will go here. That is I minus equal to 1. I had 5. 5 minus 1 would be 4. Then it will again go to the condition part. 4 more than equal to 1? Yes, 4 is more. So this time if checking will be done again, 4 divided by 2 and the remainder will be how much? 0, which is not equal to 1. So it will go to the next statement. It will print the value of I, which is 4, and a space. And then from here again it will go to the iteration part, and this time it would be 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. Is 3 more than or equal to 1? It is more. 3 will be divided by 2 and it will give the remainder 1. So it will continue. It will not print anything. So 3 minus 2 this time would be 1. Okay. Sorry, 3 minus 1 would be 2. Is 2 more than equal to 1? Yes. Then 2 mod 2. It will give you the remainder 0. Is it matching with 1? No. So it will print what? Beside 4 and a space, it will print 2 and a space. And from here it will go to I minus equal to 1. Last time you had what? 2. 2 minus 1 would be 1. 1 is greater than 1? No. It is equal to 1? Yes. So still it will go inside the loop. 1 divided by 2. 1 divided by 2 will give you what quotient? 1. 0 quotient, and the remainder would be 1. So remainder is 1. It will continue. So 1 minus 1 would be 0. Then again it will go to the condition. The condition is false and it will come out of the loop body. So you see, what is the output? 4 space 2 space. And how many times the loop is executing? See the I column I have shaded in orange color. How many times? 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. That is 5 times. So answer 1 is correct. 4, 2 is the output and the loop executes 5 times. Thank you so much for watching this video. Keep watching and keep learning. We'll be back soon with another interesting video on ICC 2022 topic. Till then, keep learning from eShiksha. Thank you so much.